guys, this is my top 10 favorite modern Halloween reads. So I tried to do my top 10 favorite Halloween books and there were just too many. So I ended up splitting up into two lists. I also have a top 10 favorite classic novels that I read around Halloween. So I'll post the link to that one in the down bar. And this one actually ended up being mostly a series of books actually that I like to read. So I am a huge fan of sci-fi and fantasy. So these kind of ended up being my top 10 favorite sci-fi fantasy series that I like reading at Halloween. Really couldn't keep to the original idea of this video. But hopefully you'll enjoy it anyway. So basically these books had to be modern novels and they had to be something related to the supernatural, paranormal, or something that I would want to read around Halloween. So at number 10 I have the Twilight Series by Stephenie Meyer. So this book centers around a normal teenager, Bella, who moves to a small town in Washington and falls in love with the vampire Edward. And the scary part about this book is how much I like it. I shouldn't like it. The writing's not that fabulous. Bella's not that great a character. But for some reason, I super love these books. I especially love when Jacob's narrating in the fourth book. But, yeah, mostly it's scary how much I love them. At number 9, I have the series of Unfortunate Events books by Lemony Snicket, which is the pen name for Daniel Handler. And these books revolve around the Baudelaire orphans. And just all the awful things that happen to them, particularly as Count Olaf tries to capture them so we can gain their wealth. And I just love all the creepy things that happen to them, and it's a children's series, so they're quick reads. I also love the way that Lemony Snicket introduces new words and vocabulary, and some of them are words that I didn't even know. So I'll introduce a word and then be like, in this case, a word that means whatever. But yeah. Number 9 is the series of Unfortunate Events. And at number 8 I have the Sookie Stackhouse novels, which are the basis for the television show True Blood. They follow Sookie Stackhouse, who is a telepath who can read people's minds, and she lives in a world where vampires have come out into the open, and she gravitates towards them because she can't read their minds, which is like heaven when you get to hear all the stupid things other people think. There are also werewolves and fairies and other magical beings in these books, and their mysteries. I just love the way that they all work together and combined, and Sookie's a great character. The Sookie Stackhouse novels by Charlaine Harris. At number 7 I have the Jane Madison series. There's actually a third book in the series, but they are Sorcery and the Single Girl, A Girl's Guide to Magic, and Magic and the Modern Girl. They are written by Mindy Klasky. They're written by Mindy Klasky, and they follow Jane Madison, who is a librarian and a witch. So they follow her training, to be a witch and trying to join this ultra coveted coven. And I just love the way that they're written and the peek into her world and her view. They're chick lit / romance novels. So yeah, dig them. I love the witches. At number 6 I have 50 Ways to Hex Your Lover and Hex Appeal, which are by Linda Watson. They are paranormal romance novels centering around Jazz, who is a witch, and her on-again, off-again boyfriend Nick, who is a vampire. Jazz is a lot more of the type of person who gets into trouble a lot, and Nick is a cop, so kind of the straight and narrow. They're trying to stop a killer who has magical powers, and their romance also is fantastic, and the covers themselves look like Halloween, so definitely my Halloween list. Number 5 on the list I have the Enchanted Ink Novels by Shanna Swendson. They follow Katie Chandler, who is a normal human. Katie moves from a small town in Texas to New York and starts seeing weird things. She finds out she's immune to magic and that magic can't affect her, and she gets hired by a company that produces magic spells. She is helpful in the business world because she can see if anybody's trying to sneak anything into a clause, or if somebody is impersonating another person, or trying to be invisible, so she's awesome at that. And she also has one mean softball pitch and is pretty good in a fight, and she's really clever, and she isn't afraid to speak her mind and tell the wizards that what they're doing maybe isn't the most effective way to do it and trying to bring the wizards into the 21st century. What makes Katie Chandler so special in these novels is that she's perfectly normal and she has this really smart mind and can think things out, and she's not afraid to stand up for what she believes in and the people she cares about. And the magical community around her is just so vivid and awesome. I love the wizards that she's working with. There's also like gnomes and gargoyles that talk. It reads like chick-lit and it's brilliant. If you have not checked out the Enchanted Ink Novels yet, go do it because they are amazing. There are 7 of them. The first one is entitled Enchanted Ink, so it makes that easy. I love the way that these books are written and the humor in them. It's fantastic. So at number 4 I have the Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett. There are something like 40 Discworld novels, but each one is a standalone story, so you can start anywhere with any character and they're awesome. They are a satirical look at the way we do things in our society and our beliefs, and they're fun. They're really funny. So the Discworld is kind of like our own but flat, and it's kind of like a medieval world, except they have things that are sort of like our modern technology, but they usually come from magic. This world is populated with wizards and witches and normal people, and there's a dictator who rules the main city, and there's an assassins guild and the guards, but my favorite of all is Death. He's the Grim Reaper, and I love the way that Death thinks and narrates and the way that humans puzzle him, but he still wants to know more about them anyway. And Death has an adopted daughter, and she ends up getting married, so Death has a child, so Death has a granddaughter also, and I just love the Death novels. But any of Discworld is fantastic. I love Nanny Ogg and all the characters. They are so vivid, and the writing is really funny, and I love the adventures and the mayhem and stuff they get into, and the way everything like works out, because Discworld doesn't operate the same way as our world, so it's also kind of hard to figure out like how's it gonna end because the rules are different, but it's just so much fun. So yes, the Discworld novels are definitely good reading for any time of the year, but particularly want to read the Death novels around Halloween. Okay, at number 3 on my list is the Harry Potter books by J K Rowling. They center around Harry Potter, who is a wizard. He goes to a magical school and has to fight a dark wizard. They are brilliant. I love them. I love all of them. I like the whole world. It is so vivid and imaginative, and it's just brilliant. And I love J K Rowling's sense of humor. And I love all the strong females. I love the strong female characters like Hermione and Professor McGonagall and Molly Weasley. Any time is the right time to read the Harry Potter books, but the fact that he's a wizard just ties in so nicely to Halloween. Number 2 on my list is the only book that is not part of a series, and it is Night of the Living Trekkies by Kevin David Anderson and Sam Stahl. It is about a zombie attack at a Star Trek convention. So all the Trekkies are trying to fight off zombies with Klingon prop swords. There are just so many pop culture references to Star Trek and to Star Wars also. And it's funny and brilliantly done, and I adore this book. So my number 1 favorite modern Halloween read is Forever Autumn by Mark Morris. It is a Doctor Who novel, and it has the 10th Doctor and Martha. The Doctor shows up in a small New England town around Halloween. Local boys have dug up a book that have been in the roots of like this really old tree in the center of the town. And then this green mist descends on the town, and it starts to possess people basically. And it starts to feed off their fears, and a lot of really creepy and strange things start happening because of this mist. And the Doctor is trying to figure out how the book and the tree and the mist all fit together and how to stop it before everybody dies. The book is actually kind of creeped me out. Definitely more than any other Doctor Who novel I've read, except maybe Crawling Terror. That had a giant friggin' spider in it, and I hate spiders. So this book is everything I love about Doctor Who combined with everything I love about Halloween, my favorite holiday, combined in a novel, which is my favorite storytelling format. They're my top 10 favorite modern Halloween reads. Let me know in the comments what your favorite books are, and if I forgot anything, or if anything I put on the list you don't think should be on there. I'm not a huge horror fan though, so I know there's this huge horror genre which is prime Halloween reading for somebody else but not me, because that's not my thing. So yeah, so they're my top 10 favorite modern Halloween reads. In the link in the down bar below will be a link to my top 10 favorite classic Halloween reads, and also my top 10 favorite Halloween movies. So I love you guys. Peace out. Keep reading and have a safe and happy Halloween. Bye.